Hello everyone, welcome to Bargain Gaming, where we can play excellent games without busting our wallets. This is episode 46 of Mountain Blade Bannerlord, and in this episode, let's talk about more about economics. So right now, when we went to our clan tab, I checked and we see that our daily charge in the past few episodes, we have been generating like a positive, like a surplus. So I was thinking, we go town to town and we make about 40,000 here and as high as 80,000 on another town. That's pretty good, right? And so in our first gameplay, I was very confident that our smithing would be able to offset our expenses. That's true, because smithing is extremely OP when it comes to generating money. The issue is that each town has only so much money. It's like our Lageta. If we are not a rich town, it cannot have a big size of money for us to totally. Even if we have $1 million worth of equipment to sell, it does not have that much money. So our ability to make money right now, we have, if we look down here at our money, we have 23.5 million. So that is a ton of money. But that came from, this is now year, I think, this is year summer of 1096. So we are 12 years into the game, and therefore that means it took that long, because I think we started smithing right about year one, at the end of year one to year two. And so we have been making money consistently for like the last 10 plus years. And so we were able to generate this much money. And we could have generated more because we have been smithing a lot of swords. If you look at our inventory, we have a lot of 200 swords. So the only cap that we had to face is the amount of money each town has that they can sell to us. And when we travel from one town to the next, especially when we pass by every settlement to try to recruit the kind of soldiers we want or the troops we want, it's about a week from one town to the next. And so if we are losing, like in our first gameplay, if we're losing like 2,000 per day, at the end of 7 days, we would have lost 14,000. And if we make 30,000 in Lageta, our net is like only 16,000. So that is not much. So that will pay for the trip from, let's say, Lageta to Rote, and then will pay also for the trip from Rote to Jalmaris, or no, to the next town. So that whole trip will take 2 weeks to get to 3 towns, and it will offset our daily wage negative of 2,000. I thought was small, would represent like 28,000. So that means all the income we made in one town will be eaten up by our daily expenses, and then our net profit is really only from our net revenue would be from the 2 towns. And then we factor in, then I realized we have to factor in the raw materials we bought, the swords, all the things, and then we had to smelt them down, so all of those. So the net it's not as much. And that's the reason why in almost plus 10 plus years of playing, because each year in this game is only about 88 days or 90 days. So it's like every season is about 22 days or something. And so every season goes by very quickly. So it's not 365 days. And so our people are growing older, and that's good, right? We get more kids. Anyway, so that means it's not very, what I'm saying is we don't have a very efficient way of making money if we are losing every day. In the last 4 years, I think we have been generating about 1,000 to 2,000 per day. That is big. And I didn't realize how big it was until I actually sat down and thought about it. So the best way to control our expenses then is the garrisons that we have all over the place. So I'm now trying to limit as much as we can the garrison sizes that we have. So 500 dinars per day per garrison. Now, if it's already like it has exceeded 500, we're just keeping it at close to what its current level is. And so that way, the additional cost that we might actually incur going forward will not be too much. So even towns, castles and towns, we're trying to limit as much as we can. And then as we visit each town, I will go through the garrison that we have there, and then remove the expensive troops, unless those are reserved troops that we will access one day when we actually go to war or when we declare our nation, and those are the troops we want to use in the future. But for just garrison troops, no, we will not. We will keep them to the minimum as much as possible. We will be relying on militia. And so that's the reason. So only the garrisons, the what do you call this? The border towns will have unlimited garrisons. Even then, we still have. I will strictly monitor them every time we go through them. We will look at them, and then make sure that we are not spending too much. So I went through each and every town and garrison, a castle and garrison, town and castle garrison. So here, Jalmaris, maybe we can keep it a little lower, because every little bit helps, right? We will be banking on the militia to take the bulk. This is Houston Falk. Yeah, we can. This is so far away, so I'm really not comfortable. Okay, maybe at 1500, it's almost there, right? Okay. Poros, yeah, we can keep it really low because it's close by to us. And in Lagata, of course, we have it unlimited. That's where all we house our troops are. Okay, so that's one. That's one of the first measures I have done. And the other is that we have only, we have only one business invested so far, and that is in Orticia, right? We are entitled to have six businesses. So Orticia, we have a silversmith, so it's throwing off 221. So if we can have 5 more, and each of them are throwing off $200, then we are picking up another $1,000, right? So that's the thing we are doing now. Okay, done. So in Lageta, we can see that in Lageta, these are the ones that are tied into Lageta. This town, Montos, which produces hardwood and produces piggery. So piggery produces skins, while these hardwoods is a source material for the blacksmith. And then Thorios Castle over here produces olives, which can then be turned into oil. And this one produces grapes, which can be turned into wine. Now we know for a fact that most of the areas here we see so many grape patches here. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's another grape patch over here, right? Okay, so the Batanian lands, 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 4 towns or village settlements that that produces grapes. And then in the Valandian lands, we see that they're producing a lot of olives. This is olive, that's olive, that's olive. And so these are tied into Jaculan, and this one is tied into Jaculan. This is tied into Sargot. And over here is, this is Talival Castle, is also tied into Sargot, and they also produce olives. So if we produce, I would think that they produce oil here, right? So we are like in between a wine making area here in Batania and oil producing area here in the Valandian lands. So we have seen that wine is always in short supply, and oil is also, both of them. So I think it would be okay to invest in a winemaking here. And to do that, we need to take a walk around town. So we can go directly to the merchants, the important people bar when we go into the trading. They're all the pictures are there, I think, but some of them do not identify. They just identified as a merchant, so we don't know if they sell what do you call this? If they are the owner of vintnery, or if they own the oil business. So the other thing is actually going into town. So I have one experience like this when I bought the silversmith in Orticia, but I would like to show you guys that that this is another way to do it. It's like after the patch, the update into this game, it has become so very stable. So this is our town from the outside, right? So this has become very stable, and this is our brother. Oh, that's our wife. Oh, sorry. I thought in the past it was our brother. So anyway, here when we press the left shoulder button, we can see all the important people that we can identify. So, and we can see like a yellow vase. Maybe that is the winery. And then there are different people there. And then I think there is like, are those cross swords, or that looks like a scissor? And then I think and then there's another white vase over there, right in the middle, and then there's another yellow vase here. Oh, that's a wine press. It just shows up. So when we have our that's an olive press. Okay, we're going for the wine press, because if we have it shows the blacksmith. So if our cursor goes over, it says Caribos the miller. So if we want to engage in oh, that's a tavern. If we want to engage, so they help. I haven't done this before, but right now I'm finding it very helpful. So that's I'm pressing and holding down L1, the left shoulder button. So it will tell us who to go to. So right now we're looking for the wine press. So we head in that direction, and let's find out how much it would cost to buy the wine press from this guy. So I hope we're going in the right direction. Maybe not. Maybe not. Nope, this is a dead end. Nope, this is a dead end. That's our lovely wife Atafled, and this is the blacksmith. And I think that is Pelicos the Maladi's house. I wonder what Maladi's house means. And I think in the with the update, I think we can also do gangs. Like we can now be like we can own streets or alleys. And whoa, how do we get there? No. Thug. Oh, this must be their territory. Okay. Now I understand. Okay, yeah, that's why when we're allowed to like take over a street or something. Wait, where is that? Wow, this is such a big area. Maybe we should have just talked to them from the trade window. But you know, this is part of the adventure. Okay, this is the winery. Okay, who do we talk to here? Maybe just talk to anybody in here? Okay, shop worker, talk. Careful around here. I don't want to get your hands caught in one of the presses. How can I help you? I have some questions. What do you produce here? This is a wine press. We press grapes and ferment the juice. Well, it's always in high demand throughout Calradia. That's true. How do workshops work? We take raw materials and produce goods and sell them at the local market. After paying the wages, we send profits to the shop owner. Okay. And the other reason why I prefer the workshop is because, I mean the wine press, is because Veran Castle, which currently is owned by one of the Valandian lords. Sorry. Sorry about that. Controls 2 villages, right? And one of the villages also grows grapes. So I'm thinking one day we'll be taking over Veron Castle. And therefore, those 2 villages will now trade with Lagita. If that's the case, when that happens, rather, then the cost of grapes, the raw materials for us, should drop down. And our investment in a wine press will be better, since there are 2 villages that are servicing or producing and trading grapes with Lagita. I checked around the other villages around. We have only one that produces what do you call this, olives, and so that's what they crush to turn into oil. And so the higher chance in the future. So I'm looking towards the future. So so what do you? Which shop is this? How do? Okay. Belongs Georgia. Okay. The carpenter. Okay. I would like to buy the workshop. Well, it would cost you 20,000 to buy. Are you going to buy it? Yes. Continue. No, no. Smithy Brewery. No, no. The same, right? No, no, no. Not olive press. No, no. Brewery. Where is? What? What kind of workshop? What happened to the? What happened to the wine shop? Velvet Wood, Olive, Pottery, Silverthis, Smithy, Brewery, Linen. How about the wine press? Why is it to some? Hold on. No, I don't want to change what we are producing. Go on like this. Let me just go over what we do here. We press grapes and ferment the juice. Wine is always in high demand. Are you sure you want to open a wine press? Yes. Wow, we paid. Okay, so we now own 2 items. Two shops. So we can leave just by pressing circle, and that's how we do it. The other one is, I think once we can try to see if we can talk in the window on the trade, in the trade area, like here, right? Yeah, there are the people here. So so the carpenter owns this, and this guy owns the broker. So it doesn't, we don't know who owns what. And this says the miller. Yeah, it doesn't, we don't know who owns what. But if we talk to them, let's say we talk to the carpenter.
It is my great honor.
Ah, okay. So we can form a caravan here. Okay, close. I must leave now. Okay, so we can check from here by, that would be faster, right? Instead of going around town. So we can talk to any of these merchants to form a caravan. But to do that, we have to send one of our companions to be the leader of the
Let me
caravan.
introduce myself.
The miller. No. So all of these, yeah, okay. So we have not done any caravanning. Okay, because I don't want to. Okay, I will.
This is truly an honor.
Oh, here is the. She's the leader that buys that has the Fascina the Fish. So she owns the olive press. So we can do this route too. Okay, so that's how. Okay, we can do instead of walking through town. Although walking through town has its advantages. Here we still have to manage the town. So the town is getting to the point where we really need. So we haven't fully developed the marketplace. This will improve our taxes by to 10% and hopefully to 15%. And it will be and then this one, the aqueduct, will hopefully improve our prosperity. So this is at level 1, level 2. So those things can improve, and this one is improving our what do you call this? Our influence. Okay, and then after that, we will have it concentrate on training militia. So right now, that's so I'm trying to make sure that all of our towns and castles, towards the late stages, will also be working on improving the town's the amount of taxes we get through the marketplace, and also the aqueducts to improve its prosperity. And then also every town we go into, we need to go check on our garrison. Who is this guy? Oh, okay. Manage the garrison and see who are the guys we want to get rid of. So right now, I think these guys, the horsemen, I'm planning on giving them to one of our companions when we start to split off and have different parties out there. And I'll be giving them our heavy or horsemen. See, we have a lot of heavy imperial heavy horsemen, and so we will retain the banner knights and the cataphracts. So the Drusnik, Bucciolari, all of these heavy lancers, and we will be giving them even the caravan guards. These guys are now what? They're worth $12, and they are level 5 tier. Let's see if they're all the same. That right? Okay. 12. Okay. How do they compare to Banner Vlandian champions? Oh, they cost the same. Okay. In our first gameplay, I think all of those caravan guards, they are actually more expensive than regular troops. And so I have been getting rid of them until I currently checked and then found out, oh, they're not really that much more expensive. Okay, so that means we can recruit... let's try to get these guys to join us. Right, we will be riding around, and these guys hopefully... No, that's Bucciolari. That's 4 guys. No, wrong person. Elite Cataphract. Menavrians. Okay, let's see how much these guys are. How about veteran infantrymen? Okay, anyway. So we are no longer going around, what do you call this? Recruiting, because right now we have to watch our expenses. So So this episode will be in that regard. And the other thing that I am looking at right now is who is fighting whom. And the Western Empire right now is fighting against the Botanians, right? And so they have Zionica, this castle, Arena, and Rote. So I don't know what kind of situation they are in. You know, because they usually, every faction will have like 3 army sizes of around, about 800 to 1,000. And so right now, since they are limited to just 2 towns and 1 castle, they might not have the ability to project that kind of strength. And especially if they have been battling, they have just started battling the Botanians. So I was thinking of maybe splitting off a couple of our followers to be independent parties, and then we can group them up. And then I think we can carry about 300 soldiers right now, and each party follower I'm estimating about 150. So we will be able to field an army of 600, and 600 should be able to take Rote, and then, or first we have to decimate their armies first, right? So I'm hoping that they're fighting with the Botanians will do that for us. Anyway, that's the plan. So we want to take down, because once we have taken down this, then Zionica, we can leave them with minimal garrison, similar to Poros. So is it with Onika Castle, and they will be throwing off, hopefully, a couple of thousand each, and maybe 1,000 for the castle. So if that's 5,000, and if we don't have them garrisoned up, then we will be on the positive again. So anyway, that's the plan. And then so the other the other faction we can aim at is the Northern Empire. Right now they just have Saniopia, and Aragon is gone. Okay, hold on. Let's check. If they don't even have... we can take Saniopia. And then all the surrounding castles. That's something we can do. Okay, anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I think I can... let's cut the episode right here. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.